As we continue our Errors series of 11th edition 40k, where I look at the core rules for more than a few seconds and then suppress the urge to scream, we move on to a special one that deserves its own video. This is all about Deadly Demise in 11th edition of Warhammer 40,000. The main place you see Deadly Demise is on vehicles. That's a unit of 1, and once destroyed you roll a dice. On a 6, it explodes, and all units, friendly and enemy within 6 inches, take a number of mortal wounds equal to the ability. Deadly Demise 1, 1 mortal wound on each unit. Deadly Demise D3, roll a D3 for each unit within 6 inches, and they take that many mortal wounds. Maybe you thought this video might be about the change to Deadly Demise on vehicles, in that you disembark from the burning wreck, you take some hazardous tests in doing so, and then you roll to see if the vehicle explodes. This is the order that makes more sense, instead of the 10th edition version of staying safe inside an exploding vehicle because explosions go outwards, and then disembarking. No, I'm fine with that change. At this point you may be thinking, well, what's with the weird boy on the thumbnail? We're getting there, okay? Characters attaching to units and the Deadly Demise rule is where it stops working properly. It's very obscure as a combination. It's only going to come up if, say, you have a weird boy attached to orc boys. Or that combination of models is in all the starter sets, the launch box, and the combat patrol for orcs. Then yeah, it might come up. Every model in a unit with Deadly Demise has Deadly Demise. If there's 3 killer cans, each has a Deadly Demise, and one could blow up and damage another one in the squad. World Eaters 8-bound don't normally have Deadly Demise, but if you add a Slaughter-bound character, they do, because as long as one model in the unit has it, they all have that ability. Christian von Carmian, you cry at the screen, not knowing how pre-recorded videos work. Have you been drinking drunk, people? Deadly Demise only works on models with Deadly Demise. It doesn't apply to all the models in the unit. And if this was 10th edition, you would be right. Models with Deadly Demise make a Deadly Demise test. It only applied to models with the Deadly Demise ability. In 11th edition, the wording has changed. Each time a model in this unit is destroyed, you take a Deadly Demise test. Another reason we know it applies to all of the models in the unit is the Silent King exception. That unit has the Deadly Demise ability, but also a written exception to all models in the unit having the ability, where it says Cesarak, the Silent King model, is the only one that has Deadly Demise. The 2 Menhirs don't. What can we do with this information on how the rules currently work, but desperately need changing? Goblin Doom Divers? This is 40k, not one of those fantasy settings. But teleport orcs into the midst of the enemy with your weird boy, charge into the middle of them, and as there is no option to choose not to fight with a unit in the fight phase, the enemy will smack your orcs back and pop. Every orc was holding a squig bomb. Some 6s are rolled, and the Chaos Knight they were fighting takes D3 mortal wounds, and then another D3 mortal wounds. That's assuming that only 2 of them were 6s. But the Deadly Demise damage also hits the orcs. The orc models are within 6 inches of the destroyed orc model. More Deadly Demise tests are triggered, more mortal wounds are caused, which causes more Deadly Demise tests and even more mortal wounds. It has the potential to spiral in a very silly way. Or maybe it peters out as there's no 6s rolled. The counter to it, well, that Chaos Knight, turns out it's in an army of Chaos Space Marines of the Deceptors detachment. They have the detonator stratagem. They can force a unit with Deadly Demise within 18 inches of a Chaos Space Marine character to auto-pop. You use it on any unit with Deadly Demise, not just a vehicle. So you shoot some orcs, and you force a chain reaction as they explode onto each other, which causes more explosions, which explodes more orcs. It's very funny. But Games Workshop has an easy fix for it. Go back to the wording of 10th edition. You have created a problem where there wasn't one before. Thank you to 2 ladies in my Discord, Resk and Maxine, for finding and going through this. And we can now get back to the regularly scheduled 11th edition Errors compilation, which includes more examples of rules that already had been fixed, but have been broken again in 11th edition. Have a fun day of 40k.